Te explicaré por qué estás aquí. Estás porque sabes algo, aunque lo que sabes no lo puedes explicar, pero lo percibes. Ha sido así durante toda tu vida. Algo no funciona en el mundo, no sabes lo que es, pero ahí está como una astilla clavada en tu mente y te está enloqueciendo. Esa sensación te ha traído hasta mí. ¿Sabes de lo que te estoy hablando?
¿De Matrix?
¿Te gustaría realmente saber lo que es? Matrix nos rodea. Está por todas partes. Incluso ahora, en esta misma habitación. Puedes verla si miras por la ventana o al encender la televisión. Puedes sentirla cuando vas a trabajar, cuando vas a la iglesia, cuando pagas tus impuestos. Es el mundo que ha sido puesto ante tus ojos para ocultarte la verdad.
¿Qué verdad?
Que eres un esclavo, Neo. Igual que los demás, naciste en cautiverio, naciste en una prisión que no puedes ni saborear, ni oler, ni tocar. Una prisión para tu mente.
No society wants you to become wise. It is against the investment of all societies. If people are wise, they cannot be exploited. If they are intelligent, they cannot be subjugated. They cannot be forced in a mechanical life to live like robots. They will assert their individuality. They will have the fragrance of rebellion around them. They would like to live in freedom. Freedom comes with wisdom. And no society wants people to be free. The communist society, the fascist society, the capitalist society, the Hindu, the Mohammedan, the Christian, no society. Because the moment they start using their intelligence, they become dangerous. Dangerous to the establishment. Dangerous to the people who are in power. Dangerous to the haves, dangerous to all kinds of oppression, exploitation, suppression, dangerous to the churches, dangerous to the states, dangerous to the nations. In fact, a wise man is a fire, alive, a flame. But he cannot sell his life. He cannot serve them. He would like rather to die than to be enslaved.
There's wonderful work happening in this country. But I have to say, it's happening in spite of the dominant culture of education, not because of it. It's like people are sailing into a headwind all the time. And the reason I think is this, that many of the current policies are based on mechanistic conceptions of education. It's like education is an industrial process that can be improved just by having better data. And somewhere in, I think, the back of the mind of some policymakers is this idea that if we fine-tune it well enough, if we just get it right, it'll all hum along perfectly into the future. It won't, and it never did. The point is that education is not a mechanical system, it's a human system. It's about people. People who either do want to learn or don't want to learn. Every student who drops out of school has a reason for it, which is rooted in their own biography. They may find it boring, they may find it irrelevant, they may find that it's at odds with the life they're living outside of school. There are trends, but the stories are always unique. I was at a meeting recently in Los Angeles they're called alternative education programs. These are programs designed to get kids back into education. They have certain common features. They're very personalized. They have strong support for the teachers, close links with the community, and a broad and diverse curriculum, and often programs which involve students outside school as well as inside school. And they work. What's interesting to me is these are called alternative education. You know? And all the evidence from around the world is if we all did that, there'd be no need for the alternative. So I think we have to embrace a different metaphor. We have to recognize that it's a human system and there are conditions under which people thrive and conditions under which they don't. We are, after all, organic creatures. And the culture of the school is absolutely essential. Culture is an organic term, isn't it? Not far from where I live is a place called Death Valley. Death Valley is the hottest, driest place in America, and nothing grows there. Nothing grows there because it doesn't rain, hence Death Valley. In the winter of 2004, it rained in Death Valley. 7 inches of rain fell over a very short period. And in the spring of 2005, there was a phenomenon. The whole floor of Death Valley was carpeted in flowers. For a while. What it proved is this, that Death Valley isn't dead. It's dormant. Right beneath the surface are these seeds of possibility, waiting for the right conditions to come about. And with organic systems, if the conditions are right, life is inevitable. It happens all the time. You take an area, a school, a district, you change the conditions, give people a different sense of possibility, a different set of expectations, a broader range of opportunities. You cherish and value the relationships between teachers and learners. You offer people discretion to be creative and to innovate in what they do. And schools that were once bereft spring to life. Great leaders know that. The real role of leadership in education, and I think it's true at the national level, the state level, at the school level, is not and should not be command and control. The real role of leadership is climate control, creating a climate of possibility. And if you do that, people will rise to it and achieve things that you completely did not anticipate and couldn't have expected. There's a wonderful quote from Benjamin Franklin. There are 3 sorts of people in the world. Those who are immovable, people who don't get it, they don't want to get it, they're not going to do anything about it. There are people who are movable, people who see the need for change and are prepared to listen to it. And there are people who move, people who make things happen. And if we can encourage more people, that will be a movement. And if the movement is strong enough, that's, in the best sense of the word, a revolution. And that's what we need. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
School fucking sucks, okay? There's a reason why your kid's moving around. He's healthy. He's healthy. His brain works great.
Creative.
Yeah, he's getting all this input that blows. Yeah. And he knows he can get out of that class and play video games and have laughs with his friends and say hi to girls. And that would be awesome. But right now, this sucks. And I can't take the suck any longer. It's like you're telling me that the only way to learn is to be bored into a fucking coma and just accept this really low frequency of memorizing shit that some other asshole figured out. And so that's what school is. Every day, just pounding it into you that the only way to get through this is you're gonna have to hate it. Well, meanwhile, everything else you get good at, every game you get good at because you love it. You know, you get good at video games because they're fun. When you get to be a badass at a video game, it's because that video game's awesome. Why do guys get good at basketball? Because it's fun to be good at basketball. When you hit that three-pointer, it's fucking fun. Everything else that you get good at is fun. Except the shit that you have to deal with in school. They're unmotivated people, they're underpaid, and you want to talk about like the symptom of a sick society. The fact that we put so little emphasis on schools, so little emphasis on teaching. It should be an honor.
It should be one of the highest paid fields on the planet.
To let and to guard over people's children, man. You should be the most honorable, respectable people available. Super intelligent and super well paid. We should be paying teachers fuckloads of money, man. You know, it should be like a prestigious position. It should be something that you like really aspire to, instead of something where it's a passion but you're getting fucked by the system where you barely have enough money to eat. You know, you look at how much a teacher makes in a public school system, it's fucking deplorable. It's amazing that it's accepted. It's like for whatever reason, we don't step out of boundaries and look at it objectively and go, we've got some core problems, and a big part of it is our children, and they develop to become shitty fucking human beings against their own intentions. It's not like they want to suck, you know? Kids don't want to suck. Kids are just balls of potential.
Victims. The victims of the system that really doesn't care. Doesn't understand how to care.
Doesn't put any resources towards it. It's like you have so much money to go to war, and you have so little to go to school. That's amazing. It's amazing that you've worked out the numbers that way.
And the highest level of imposition you can have is to go to college, get $80,000 worth of debt, and then guess what? You're ripe to be enslaved in some hideous corporate establishment.
Oh, well, you're just hoping you can afford a Lexus next year.
Yeah.
You know, every day just living a slave. Yeah. Poor little guys.
Así que quieres obtener un título. ¿Por qué? Déjame decirte lo que te diría la sociedad. Aumenta tus probabilidades de conseguir un trabajo, tendrás más oportunidades de tener éxito, tu vida será mucho más relajada. La educación es la clave. Ahora déjame decirte lo que te dirían tus padres. Hazme sentir orgulloso. Aumenta tus probabilidades de conseguir un trabajo, tendrás más oportunidades de tener éxito, tu vida será mucho más relajada. La educación es la clave. Veamos las estadísticas. Steve Jobs, patrimonio neto, 7 billones. Descansa en paz. Richard Branson, patrimonio neto, 4,2 billones. Oprah Winfrey, patrimonio neto, 2,7 billones. Mark Zuckerberg, Henry Ford, Steven Spielberg, Bill Gates. Y aquí viene la guinda del pastel. Viendo a estos individuos, ¿cuál es tu conclusión? Ninguno de ellos, a pesar de haber conseguido el éxito, alguna vez se graduó en un instituto de alto aprendizaje. Ahora alguno de ustedes dirá que el dinero no es el único medio para valorar el éxito. E incluso alguno de ustedes tendrá el valor para decir, no lo hago por dinero. Así que ¿para qué estudias? ¿Para trabajar en la caridad? Volvamos con las estadísticas. Jesús, Mahoma, Sócrates, Malcolm X, María Teresa de Calcuta, Steven Spielberg, Shakespeare, Beethoven, Jesse Owens, Mohamed Ali, Sean Carter, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. ¿Alguna de estas personas fue un fracasado o carecía de educación? Lo único que digo es que si existiera un árbol genealógico, el trabajo duro y la educación estarían relacionados, pero la escuela probablemente sería un primo lejano. Porque si la educación es la llave, entonces la escuela es el candado. Porque raramente desarrolla tu mente hasta el punto que puedes percibir el rojo como verde y decide continuar cuando alguien más dice alto. Porque mientras sigas las reglas y apruebes los exámenes estás seguro, pero eres consciente de que los exámenes tienen listas de verificación y si tu respuesta es algo que se sale del ordinario, la corrección automáticamente es un suspenso. Y después aclaman que la escuela extiende tus horizontes y visiones. Entonces dile eso a Malcolm X, que abandonó la escuela y con lo que aprendió en la cárcel hizo prevalecer su palabra. Proverbios 17:16. A un tonto no le hace ningún bien gastar dinero en educación. ¿Por qué? Porque no tiene sentido común. George Bush. ¿Hace falta decir más? La educación se trata de desarrollar tu mente, no solo llenar tu cabeza de datos. Y considera esto de mí porque soy un hombre educado. el cual ha pasado incontables noches en la biblioteca, con una lata de Red Bull manteniéndome despierto hasta el amanecer, quedándome dormido entre montones de libros que probablemente han costado lo mismo que lo que pago por mi alquiler. Memorizar ecuaciones, hechos y fechas, justo al pie de la letra. La mitad de esas cosas ni siquiera las recuerdo, y la otra mitad se me olvida después del examen y antes de mi próximo semestre. Preguntándole a alguien si tiene las notas de la última clase. A menudo me encontraba a mí mismo saltándome las clases solo para encontrar un lugar en el cual pudiera descansar mi cabeza y dormir sin llamar la atención. Lo hago porque ese es el único tiempo que he pasado en la universidad persiguiendo mis sueños. Y después de un montón de noches tengo la mente muerta y me encuentro exhausto en una lista de espera llena de alumnos zombies medio despiertos como yo, esperando a entregar una tarea. Tal vez por eso le llamen fecha límite. Y después de 4 años de supresión mental y frustración, mi madre orgullosa ni siquiera asistió a mi graduación. Ahora, yo no digo que la escuela sea mala e inútil. Lo que digo es que analices tus motivos y reafirmes tus metas. Porque si quieres un trabajo para servirle a alguien más, adelante. Pero entonces eso sería una contradicción, porque en realidad no te estás sirviendo a ti mismo, estás ayudando a alguien más. Hay un dicho que dice: si no construyes tus sueños, alguien te contratará para que construyas los suyos. Redefine cómo ves la educación. Comprende su verdadero significado. Educación no es memorizar y memorizar datos para pasar un examen. Míralo así. Picasso fue educado en el ámbito de crear arte. Shakespeare fue educado en el arte de la guerra escrita. El coronel Harlan Sanders fue educado en el arte de crear Kentucky Fried Chicken. Una vez vi a David Beckham lanzar un tiro libre. Vi cómo el lado de su bota Adidas golpeó la pelota en un ángulo que causó que viajara a los cielos como si fuera destinada al paraíso. Y cuando llegó a lo más alto de su movimiento, cambió la trayectoria y cambió la dirección. Vi cómo el portero se congeló, como si él mismo se replanteara las leyes de la física y como si su cerebro negociara con sus ojos para estar presente ante la esfera que se acercaba a él mediante una curva perfecta. Y luego reaccionó, pero por solo una fracción de segundo tarde. Y antes de que la red de la portería tocara el muro de publicidad de FIFA como si fuera el hijo pródigo volviendo a casa, Inglaterra entró en una erupción de celebración. Vi la jugada y pensé: joder, viendo a David Beckham hay más de una manera de ser una persona educada.